Hey guys, welcome back. This video is going to be just a quick go over of what I'm going to be focusing on in the next couple weeks. I've been trying to do a use up basket. I used to do a use up drawer, and the actual drawer has become kind of my face powder drawer. But I got to show you something real fast. Look at Sleepy Butt. Look at Sleepy Butt. Yes, I still have my Christmas pillow up. Alright, so my use it basket is back here, or actually it's like a tray, and I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to pull out my drawer like I usually do to have something to sit it on. But I'll show you from the front. This little compartment is primer and foundation, except for I threw one lippy in there. Blush, face powder, bronzer, small palettes. And then I switched out some big palettes that stay on the stack here. So let's go through. I have just this teeny tiny bit of Smashbox. Guys, I need to use that up. I mean, there's not that much in there. We'll take that lippy out. And I left the Rimmel Match and the Naked Skin. It's getting down to nil. So those two working on. I left the two e.l.f. serum foundations in there because I didn't even touch those. I need to use them. And then my little e.l.f. BB cream in Fair is still in here. And that's full. So those are the foundations. The one I took out, I took one out and I put this one in. The Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, oil-free and 14-hour wear. It says it's like full coverage, but I use very minimal so I don't get the full coverage. So I put that in there to try to focus on that because it's barely been touched. And then moving over to the next little compartment, I have a Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter in Precious Petals. Guys, this is brand stinking new. I've hauled it and haven't really even used it. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful highlighter. Let's put a little bit more on because, you know, look, see how that just bumped that up? And I don't even have my ring light. I'm using my old umbrella light. That's why the lighting is kind of sucking at right now. So forgive me, I gotta order me a new setup because the bulb cost almost as much as my original ring light, the whole setup. It's like, might as well just buy a whole nother ring light and keep that tripod for something else. Okay, for blushes, I pulled out Milani Coral Cove. Again, this one has not even been used. I mean, it's barely, you can see the indentation in the rose has barely even been touched. And it's a beautiful blush. I didn't have blush on, so there we go. Beautiful blush. So Coral Cove. I pulled out the Too Faced Strawberry. This one, oh my God, I love swirling those two together to making one blush. So that one for highlight. Another highlight, I pulled out Flower Beauty. And this is the Shimmer and Strobe highlighting palette. These are absolutely gorgeous and so creamy. I did get mine on Ulta because my Walmart no longer carries the flower. So I had to get mine on Ulta. So you can get it on Ulta. And you can use the little 20% coupon that's non-prestige. You always get that 20% and it's not good on anything but like drugstore. There you go. And then this guy, Park Avenue Princess. We got this in a Boxycharm. I have used it like once or twice. And I mean, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous palette. We have face powders. We have bronzers. I actually mixed the two face powders. And it smells so good. It smells so good. So you can touch up your face. You can come in and go into, I usually go into angle. I usually use these two in the middle because this one is like that's really dark for me. So actually, let me go into Princess Cut, and we can really carve out that cheek. Look at that. I mean, that's carved. And then just like that. So yeah, want to use this up because again, I've only used it a couple of times. So let's put all you guys back into, I need a different basket because this one, there's that North Carolina coming out in me. It's starting to come apart. So the palettes I picked was, and I guess because I had seen that Jaclyn Hill, I watched her swatch video. I watched the little promo video that was on Instagram. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I don't know. I think it got, you know, into my head, Morphe, and I think that's kind of what they do. So when I was pulling out palettes, I was like, well, I need a neutral palette, but I don't want one of the big Morphe palettes. So I grabbed the little 9A, which is this guy right here. So just a nice neutral chocolatey brown palette, just nice and neutral. And then I was going through and I was like, okay, well, I've not used these in a while. So here is, and they are dirty. This one I used a bunch. You can tell she's dirty. You guys know I love purple. Clean some of her off a little bit because she got used. So this is Bling Boss. Love these shades, guys, you know it. And the other one that I have is Ring the Alarm. I didn't get the other two. I just wasn't drawn to those two, which is weird because I do like greens. I just didn't like the one that was green, and I don't wear a lot of blue, so I didn't get the blue. And then there's Ring the Alarm, and this is Theaseals. I'm telling you, man, when they took that tooth out, I lost complete control of how to speak. This is a very nice, warm autumn palette, which right now we're going into spring. And since we are going into spring, I pulled out this beauty because I've not used it but once or twice since I bought it. And that is the Riviera Anastasia Beverly Hills. So nice, bright pops of color with a few neutrals. Perfect spring palette. Love it. So these are the palettes I'm going to try to grab when I want to do some makeup. I can just reach back there and grab. I need to rework up here, so I can just grab up here, because if it's right here, if it's out in front of me, I will grab it, you know. So that's kind of why right now it sits back there, because that is a perfect spot for it. I have no idea where I'm going to store this big guy, because his little eyeballs, well, he'll fit right there for right now. They stick up, you know? They stick up, and it's a weird shape, but I love that palette. That's what I have on my eyes right now. If you want to see how I got this look, I will leave it linked up in the corner. And then you guys know I always have a stack of my big palettes sitting up here that I constantly reach for. So the ones that I had and I kept was, of course, Morphe and Jeffree Star. Like I said, there's a theme, apparently. This one I keep out all the time. This one was sent to me by the beautiful, beautiful Tracy, otherwise known as She Crafty, here on YouTube. This was in our swap that we did. If you did not see that, I will leave that linked up here too, because it is hilarious. It is hilarious. Be sure you check out both of our videos, because it's, we didn't know what each other was sending the other person. So, but yeah, so she sent me this. I always leave it out. Then this palette, that actual palette part came from Shop Miss A. But inside this palette, you guys have seen it. This is my Makeup Geek Shadows. I have added to this. And then my Emily Noel palette. This will never get put away. This is one of my absolute favorite palettes. She has got some use, but I have not yet really made any big dents in it, except maybe the cream has gotten a little dug down into. And I use these palettes almost every day. I don't wear makeup every single day. And I'll tell you a secret. Since my hubby has gone on night shift and I'm getting ready for work, he's sitting here asleep. I don't want to be up here. And you know I have to knock something over every time I do my makeup. And I'm doing this. So I have been going to work a lot with no makeup because he's laying there asleep. And I'm getting ready for work while he's sleeping. So I've not even put my makeup on. So there's that. That's one reason. So the two palettes I think I put away was the Laura Lee Singles. And there was another one I put away. So the ones I pulled out was the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie. Now guys, when I pulled this out, I was already filming this once. I was filming it when I was going through everything. When I opened this palette, because it had been sitting up here, and then I sat it back there, and then I put it in the drawer when I did my declutter, and it has been in this drawer. When I opened this up, this whole shadow fell out and onto the floor, and it was completely in pieces. There was no salvaging it because it was like a pressed glitter. It was really chunky. There was no way to, because when I went to pick it up, it just disintegrated. These two are the same way, and then this one are the same way. This one came out, but I grabbed it in time to push it back down. I have sprayed these with alcohol and pushed them back in, but they are so fragile. And when I received this palette, these two, which are the main like pressed glitters, they were coming up, and I pressed them back down in there. But yeah, I completely lost the white shade that was up here, so I'm really kind of upset about that. But this is still one of my absolute favorite palettes. I know she runs this on sale now a lot, or bundled with other things, so I can get a replacement. Or I could, when she runs a sale, maybe just pop this pan out and get one of her singles. It should fit down in there of a white, and just replace the whole pan with something else. So that's a thought. So I pulled out my Nudie Patootie. And then I pulled out my OG Jacqueline. That looked like a ring light. That is a ring light. This is actually my mirror. And then there's the umbrella. But this is one of the OG Jacquelines. This was not the very first one, but this I think was like the second generation. And I think they changed it even again after that. They put the names on the inside of the palette. But again, this one got a lot of love. You can see she's kind of dirty and she's kind of grimy. She got a lot of love. But again, there are no like big dents or indentations in any of these shadows. So I want to use these up. I want to try to use these palettes and give them some love. And I want to continue to kind of rotate my makeup instead of leaving them in the drawers. Because like I said, I know if they're sitting out here in front of me, I'm going to use them if it sits out here in front of me, because I can just grab it. Just like my makeup brushes. When I always have those same makeup brushes, those same eyeshadow brushes right here, I'm not having to do this in all this. I'm not having to, they're right here, and I just grab the same 5 brushes that I use all the time. So, yep. That is what I'm using right now. And the face powders I've put in the drawer. I'm trying to still use the Fit Me. I did go buy some new Bare Minerals. I talked a little bit about that in another video. My psoriasis has been acting up something fierce. And like it's starting to manifest on my elbows. This one more so. You can see a little bit where it's turning red. And this one a little bit on the elbow. All around my waist again, all in my hair again, my ears, a little bit on my eyelids. I had all that before. I didn't have it on my elbows before. So it's coming up in places I did not have it before, which is upsetting. And it's coming all around my nose and all around this side of my mouth. So some days my liquid foundations, they just don't work because I'll put them on and all you can see is this dry crack just gunked up where it's settled into that and it looks nasty. So the Bare Minerals works for days like that. And I do have a cream, medicinal cream from the doctor that I can coat my face down with that where it's at, and it does help it. But something I have found, and I don't know if it's the medicine, I think it is because this is the only spot right here so far that is like down lower on my face. So I just put it right here. This goes numb after a few days of using it because they tell me to use it for a few days and then stop because it is a steroid. This goes numb in my face right here and I can feel it. So I have to stop using it for a few days and then I can use it again. But yeah, my psoriasis is pitching. It's just showing its ass. It's showing its ass, something major. But right now it looks really good. I do have on liquid foundation. You can't see anything. Like I said, I've gone. I was off Saturday. I was off Sunday. I didn't wear any makeup Saturday or Sunday. I didn't wear makeup yesterday to work. So there was 3 days with no makeup and just the medication on my face. So it looks good today. So you may see me switching up my foundation routine from powder to foundation, just depending on how the skin condition is doing that day. But that's, guys, what I've been wanting to use up. And, guys, I'm still loving my Jeffree Star stuff. I can't get over it. That's it, guys. Let me know down below the things that you're focusing on right now to use it up. Because I know a lot of people are doing pan projects. Use it up. Empties. Let me know. Because if you have any hints, tips, tricks, leave it down below. I'll see you guys on the next one.